The Montecristo Platinum Series in Toro. Stay tuned. Welcome to Cigar Perspective. I am David, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Montecristo Platinum Series in Toro. I've had this cigar a couple times, but I'm excited to do a review for you guys just to see how it turns out here today. A little bit of the aromas coming off right in the beginning here. Definitely wood, spice, sort of a slight even dough, like a wood spice dough aroma. Interesting aroma to start off. But let's go ahead, get it cut up here and see how it develops today. Alright, so we are cut up and smoking here, right in the beginning here. Nice draw, little snug, but pretty good open draw. Not a ton of thick white smoke. There is a pretty good amount of smoke coming off of it, however. So we got wood, definitely some spice and leather. It's like an oaky wood. It's almost like an oak and a cedar mixed. Very woody right in the beginning. With a little bit of spice and leather. The cigar actually does have a 92 rating, so it should develop pretty good going through. And then this is the 6x50. The price range for these is about $729 to $899, $950 area, right in there somewhere. They may fluctuate just a little bit, but should be right in that price range wherever you do buy it, if it's online or at a local retailer. Good burn to start off. Pretty good draw, a little snug, but overall it's a good draw. So the wrapper is Mexican Cubano, and the binder's Nicaraguan, and the filler is Peru, Nicaraguan, and Dominican Republic. There's sort of a salty, getting some salty on the finish. Very, not real salty, but like a subtle salty note coming on the finish. So in the beginning, to start off, a lot of wood, oak and cedar, leather, spice, and a salty note. So let's go ahead, see how it develops, and I will be back. Alright, so we are just about the third of the way in. Not a lot going on. The only other note that's been kind of creeping in, there's a little doughy note coming in. The draw is a little bit snug, but still getting pretty good amount of smoke off the draw. Good burn, not a problem with the burn. Did have to ash it. The ash didn't hold on to the first third. But even for being just a little bit more snug of a draw, it's still pretty open. Still, you can see a good amount of smoke. Medium body. So, you know, we started off with a lot of wood. There was a lot of cedar, oak, leather, some spice, and the saltiness. The wood is definitely the dominant note so far with this cigar, but The leather spice is definitely there. The saltiness is really interesting. The saltiness is more on the finish. You kind of feel it a little bit more on your lips and more on the finish, but it's definitely there. And then now there's some doughiness coming in, which is a nice note to kind of go with everything. But good start to this cigar. Definitely an enjoyable cigar to start off here. So not too much change just yet, just that little bit of doughy coming in. So I will continue on, see how it continues to develop, and I will be back with more changes or a little past the halfway point or so. Alright, so we are just past the halfway point. Not a whole lot going on from as far as changes from the beginning until now. It's still very woody. The leather is more rich. It's not quite as subtle. It's become more of a rich leather, but that cedar and that oak, the wood is still dominant. A little bit of dough. The saltiness has faded out. That was through more of the first third. Once we got to the halfway point, really no saltiness. Still a little spice there. Slight pepper coming in. The draw has opened up a little bit. It's not quite as snug as it was. It was pretty snug, but still producing good smoke throughout this cigar, but now it's really opening up more. The burn has been pretty good overall. I did have to touch it up once, but other than that, it's been a good burn. But you can definitely see the smoke has gotten more thick as the cigar has developed, because the draw has opened up a little more, not as snug as it was from the beginning. Still medium body. It's good, it's enjoyable smoke overall, I would say. But that leather is definitely picked up on the richness. I think that's the big change from the third until just past the halfway point. That doughy picks up a little bit at the third, but it does sort of fade out. It's still there, but not like it was when it started coming in. The spice is there, but now there's like a more sort of a black peppery, subtle black pepper coming in. But it's been a good cigar so far. We're just past the halfway point. So let's get down to the final third and see how this cigar finishes. Alright, so we are getting down to the finish here. We are into the final third. Not a whole lot of transitions through this whole cigar. It really keeps that dominant wood. It's more of a... It's a little oaky, but after the halfway point, it's really a lot of cedary that you're picking up. So I think cedar's really the dominant note. That rich leather is really in there too from the halfway point on. From the beginning to the halfway, it's not all that rich, but once you hit the halfway point, the leather really does pick up in richness. The saltiness fades after that, into the final third. It does start fading at the halfway point, so there isn't that salty finish. That salty that was there is definitely fading out. Definitely still medium body, not too strong. Pretty good strength on this cigar. Nice medium cigar. The black pepper never really comes in too strong either. It stays pretty subtle from the halfway point up to now. It never gets picks up too strong into the finish like some cigars do when that pepper starts to kick in after the halfway point. overall, this has been a pretty enjoyable cigar. I would recommend it more to a seasoned smoker, as it doesn't have any of the sweetness, the tobacco notes. It's more of like a wood leather spice type of cigar, which I think a seasoned smoker tends to enjoy a little bit more. But a beginner, a newer smoker may enjoy this cigar as well. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. The draw is still pretty open going into the finish here. Still getting good amount of smoke. But I think this is where I'm going to finish. It's been a good cigar, 7 out of 10. So, guys and gals, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Be safe and have a great day.